Previously, in the land of the wolf, Como and Jimmy gave us moments to dream of. A bear performed acrobatics, while the birds built their nests and behaved in a particular way to attract a mate. May is drawing to a close, but the cold has not said its last word. Spring. Season of couplings and nesting. Season of births. Season of the first steps of the little moose prince. With the awakening of life comes the challenge to grow and embrace the role nature intended for each species. Sometimes it commands to become a king with a crown that falls and regrows every year. To the wolf, nature entrusts a fundamental mission. Through its predation, to be the guardian of life, the keystone species without which the ecosystem collapses. There is, in my opinion, a more enviable and humbler destiny than that of being a king or guardian. To be a flower. After willow catkins, coltsfoots, and mayflowers, new wonders are blooming in the land of the wolf. Marsh marigolds bloom very early in the burnt forest. We like to keep watch there, given the open spaces that make it easier to spot a moving animal. This wetland abounds with life. The swamp sparrow and the northern water thrush nest in this habitat. Like marigolds, bog laurels flowered early. The harmony between the color of the marigolds and the common yellowthroat is admirable. A pair of song sparrows are nesting on the ground somewhere around the marsh. For the male sparrow, Jimmy's arrival is worrying. The wolf is following a track, perhaps the one of a cow moose with a calf. Relying on her camouflage, the female sparrow will not leave the nest unless she is forced to. Muskrats inhabit the marigold swamp. These rodents often live in burrows that have a submerged entrance. Despite his efforts, Jimmy has little chance of flushing one out. While Reynald and I were documenting the wildlife all over Manatee's pack territory, Monique, who loves beavers, often went alone to our neighbors, the Chubbies. In the spring, several black bears came there to take advantage of the best grass patches around. Their droppings could be seen in every clearing along the Chubby's Bay. We had to avoid surprising one up too close. Those who know my mother know that it is not a bear that stops her. When one of them was in her path, she showed herself to negotiate her right of way, and often she won. Afterwards, Monique could spend hours at the Beaver worksite, sketching the environment or filming the everyday life of her rodent friends. The Chubby's main concern is food. These days, the presence of bears prompts them to be extra careful. Last night, the beavers cut down a delicious trembling aspen near the bay. The rodents must leave the safety of the lake to pick up the best parts of the tree. This work requires strength, dexterity, and concentration. The beaver is vulnerable when it ventures on land. That is why it works most often in a team. At least one spotter eats on the site, facing the shore where danger could come from. Many branches are transported to the lodge. This habitat managed by beavers is suitable for several birds, including the Nashville warbler and the mourning warbler. The Tennessee warbler and the white-throated sparrow also nest around the bay. These small feathered sentries are supposed to raise the alarm in case of danger. The chubbies are safe and sound. The black bear captures prey if the opportunity arises, but rarely is an expert. After having narrowly escaped such an attack, the chubbies were hiding in their lodge, or stayed far from the shore until the predator moves away. My parents and I knew a bear that had substantially exceeded the average life expectancy of its fellow bears in the wild. He was probably over 20. He was a very calm and thoughtful animal. The Philosopher Bear, we called him. It is said that music has charms to soothe the savage beast. Well, it was true even in the land of the wolf. Carolina spring beauties are among the finest spring flowers. A large colony is thriving not far from the Manatus Pack's resting clearing. Like other spring flowering species, they bloom before the trees above them unfurl their foliage. A pair of least flycatchers are setting in the vicinity. Both sexes have identical plumage, but only the female builds the nest, encouraged by the song of her partner. Large mammals circulate daily on the old forestry road which crosses the territory of the flycatchers. After the Philosopher Bear, it is Jimmy's turn. So much effort and work among the birds. so much hope in the flowers waiting for the foraging insects. Even at this end of May, the land of the wolf remains at the mercy of a cold snap that could slow down the momentum of spring. It would take just a few degrees less for everything to tip over and the frost-damaging emerging leaves. If the snow accumulates, it could affect the birds. Jimmy took shelter at the edge of the forest. Does he understand the dismay to his smallest feathered neighbor? The ruby-throated hummingbird needs flowers to feed on their nectar. The situation is critical for insectivores such as the mourning warbler. For his part, the wolf is free to take a nap, leaving the male ruffed grouse to beat the time of this very bad day to forget for all birds. Who goes there in such weather? Will the bear be intimidated by Jimmy's threatening behavior? The worst of the sleet seems to have passed. Jimmy is no longer sleepy. He knows that his favorite prey, the beavers, will soon come out of their lodge to resupply. Wildlife will slowly resume its normal course everywhere in the land of the wolf. For us, the whiteness of this end of May was accompanied by a sad observation. After more than 1 month of filming on Manatee-packed territory, we had not seen white paws again. We had found Jimmy and Bigfoot, met Como and seen 2 other wolves, but no sign of the lovely female black wolf. That did not mean she had disappeared. June could have some surprises in store for us. In the next episodes, we will see spring enter a phase of incomparable effervescence. It will be the great race towards summer. I will share other unique moments with you, experienced in the company of wolves, black bears, and a host of characters. An adventure not to be missed.
Ooh. Hi, 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 hi,